Welcome back to the Hard Angle Barn YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be rebuilding this XT350 that has now blown up on me 3 times. So for anybody who's not familiar on this bike, I'm going to give you a super quick catch up on this. I bought this a whole bunch of years ago, before I could even drive, from a neighbor. Pretty sure it was stolen. I got the ownership of it recovered and all that taken care of, but when I bought it, the gas tank lock was broken out, the ignition was busted out, and it burned oil like crazy. I rebuilt the motor. I had the engine rebored. It was 13 thousandths out of round. It's got a new Wiseco piston in it, and I redid the top end. What I forgot to do is there's a little tensioner above the cams that keeps the chain from jumping. I forgot to put that in. So after about 100 miles, it jumped, smashed the valves. So I then bought valves off of the internet, which were about $80 a piece. They were originally $120, thought it was a deal. Bought them, realized I bought the wrong side. I think I needed intake valves and I bought exhaust valves. I can't remember perfectly. So then I had to go buy the right valves, which were $120 a piece still. So after spending almost $400 on valves, after spending $400 on valves, I put it back together, put a mechanical tensioner in it, and that piece that I had to buy from England for 30 bucks. Thought it'd be great. After 100 miles, again, it jumped timing and smashed the valves. That's where we are now. I think I said in the intro it blew up 3 times. It only blew up twice. This will be the 3rd rebuild. Yeah. So today, what I'm going to do is what I forgot to do last time, and I'm going to replace the 31-year-old timing chain. Hopefully that is going to fix the problem with it jumping. This is what I was talking about. This mechanical tensioner is bottomed out. When I put it in, it was tight, but now it's quite loose. So I think the timing chain is quite stretched. You know, as the little pin, as each one of these little pins wears, if each one of those wears, you know, 1/1000th of an inch, which is not a lot. You can barely even see that with the human eye. Over 100 little pins, you know, you have 0.1 of an inch longer, and you know, by the time one of those wears, you know, 10/1000ths of an inch, which still isn't that much for an 31-year-old chain, you know, then the chain's an inch longer, and so on and so forth, and then you get this, and then the timing can jump. So I think I may have figured out why I didn't replace the timing chain when I did the original complete rebuild of this bike. Because you have to take like half of the right side crankcase apart to get all the stuff out of the way to get access to changing the chain. Literally have to take the whole clutch assembly and everything out, which I did not know going into this morning, but well, we're here now, so. Well, here's my table of XT350 parts. You can see where the valves were hit by the piston, but amazingly, they're still sealing. So now I have some decisions to make. And also, yes, I did forget there was the two little nuts on the side of the head that hold the jug on, so I accidentally pulled the jug too, but oh well, I kind of messed up my base gasket. So, like I said, I have some decisions to make here. Now that I know this head actually isn't screwed up and it's not going to burn up the valve seats over time, I got to decide if I'm actually going to put a little extra money into it and do it correctly so that maybe it will last a while. So the proof is in the pudding, holding the chains here at the same height. And down at the bottom, I'm not even pulling on them to make sure that they're completely taut, but you can already see there's a difference in length. Top is even, bottom is different. So this old chain here definitely has stretched over time, and this new one hopefully is going to fix this issue combined with the manual tensioner so that this thing stops jumping timing and punching valves. So I just ordered a new base gasket and head gasket, and I'll check back in a couple days. Alright, parts are here. Let's get building. So you can see here just how much of a difference this new chain makes. It's nice and tight, and that's how much tensioner we have sticking out, which before it was bottomed out. So that little bit, it was like this much difference when you held them up next to each other. It turns out to be a lot on the tensioner. Okay, so this is the third time I'm going to experience this bike starting after a rebuild, so it's really not as exciting anymore. It's like I have a fueling problem. Did sit for almost a year since it blew up, so maybe I do have a fueling problem. Or maybe I don't know. Oh. So I think there's something wrong with the carb. Only runs on starter fluid. Alright, I just rebuilt the carburetor, and I left the vacuum one untouched. I'm not messing with that. Hopefully it starts now. I got a lot of gunk out of that carburetor. Not the most I've ever pulled out, but something. Promising. Wow. So if you made it this far in the video, I want to thank you for sticking around and watching. I hope you enjoyed. I didn't enjoy doing this, but maybe I'll enjoy riding the bike in the future. Well, I enjoyed it a little bit. I like the engine part of it. Getting it running, that it fought me. But to be expected, it is 31 years old. So to finish off the build, well, technically the rebuild, I'm going to put this Cometic sticker on my toolbox from the head gasket to commemorate doing this build. So again, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I hope to see you in the next one. I'm going to end this video with some shots of me ripping around in this thing a little bit, and talk to y'all later.